At 2:31, it's minus 12 degrees in Toronto. Bargain hunters woke up before the crack of dawn to be first in line for the liquidation of Target's Canadian stores. The U.S. retailer has launched the first phase of discounts at its 133 stores across the country. Canadian press reporter David Friend checked out a Target store in Toronto this morning and says many of the shoppers who were at the store when the doors opened were disappointed that not everything had good markdowns.
There's some sections.
A British judge has sentenced a radicalized chemistry teacher to 6 years in prison for planning to travel to Syria to fight alongside the Islamic State group. Jamshid Javid's family tried to hide his passport in a desperate attempt to thwart his travel to Syria in late 2013. He insisted he was trying to help the people of Syria and never supported the aims of ISIS as now revealed and understood. Judge Michael Topolsky says he was not satisfied the 30-year-old teacher had rejected ISIS's ultimate aims. Topolsky praised the resolve and courage of his family's attempt to block Javid's plans. He told Javid that whether he believed he was fighting in a just cause is irrelevant, as the law is clear. This was terrorism. A freak accident has claimed the life of a Canadian woman in Mexico. A 35-year-old woman whose name and hometown are yet to be released died from injuries suffering after a surfacing gray whale crashed onto a tourist boat less than 2 kilometers from the shore off of Cabo San Lucas. Mexican Navy personnel arrived to take the woman to shore, but she died of her injuries at a clinic. The diplomat is German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Steinmeier says the letter for 47 Republican senators is not very helpful to ongoing negotiations, which he says are in a delicate phase as an end-of-March deadline approaches for agreeing to a framework accord. Germany is among the 6 countries attempting with the U.S. to negotiate a deal with Iran.
4 decades of supremacy in Spain may be coming to an end today as local elections are taking place in most of the country. The Popular Party and the opposition socialists in Spain have alternated power for over 40 years, but opinion polls suggest this may be coming to an end today. According to the polls, voters are fed up with Spain's economic downturn and the several corruption scandals in both countries. 8,100 town halls and parliament seats in 13 of the 17 regions in Spain are on the line, this coming from a report in the Associated Press. A report from the Food and Drug Administration Center for Tobacco Products reveals that between 2013 and 2014, the use of e-cigarettes has tripled amongst middle and high school students. This is the first time that the use of e-cigarettes has exceeded use of all other tobacco products since 2011, when the FDA began collecting data on e-cigarettes. The research shows that 2 million middle and high school students are currently using e-cigarettes. Black and blue or white and gold? 3 studies published in the Journal of Current Biology attempt to provide an answer to the question that went viral back in February. Bevel Conway of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology says the dress represents the first time a single image could be seen as completely different colors by so many different people. Conway says people who see the dress as white and gold may spend more time exposed to natural daylight, while those who see it as black and blue may have greater exposure to artificial light. Researchers found that 57% of participants thought the dress was black and blue, 30% described it as white and gold, 11% thought it was blue and brown, while the other 2% said it was different colors entirely. Paul McCartney claims his 50-year love affair with Mary Jane is over. The former Beatle says the last time he smoked pot was a long time ago, as he doesn't want to be a bad example for his kids and grandchildren. The drug has gotten McCartney in some trouble in the past, having spent 10 days in a Japanese prison back in 1980 after attempting to enter the country with a large quantity. McCartney says he now prefers wine or a nice margarita. 96.9 Sports. Despite a late push last night, the Kyle Lowry-less Toronto Raptors came up short at home, losing to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Raptors were down 14 at the half and managed to pull to within 2 in the fourth quarter, but ultimately James and the Cavs were able to pull it out. The Raptors have been struggling as of late, having lost 4 of their last 5 games, and with last night's loss, they are now a part of a 3-way tie for second place in the Eastern Conference. Russell Westbrook is on a superhuman tear with his 4th straight triple-double last night. The last player with 4 straight triple-doubles was one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Westbrook set his career high in points last night against the 76ers with 49 points, as well as 16 rebounds and 10 assists to complete the triple-double. Toronto weather. Today, a mix of sun and clouds and a high of minus 12. Tonight, there'll be some clouds and a frigid low of minus 34 with wind chill. Tomorrow will be mainly sunny and a high of minus 12. Right now, it's partly cloudy and minus 15 degrees, but it feels like minus 26 in Toronto.